Numbing emotional pain delays your healing. And this important decision that you keep putting off, your sobriety, is also potentially delaying the healing of those around you. Think about this. All of your relationships that you've had up to this point, you've had the nerve to ask somebody to love you while you weren't loving yourself. Would you consider healing from being mortally wounded, both mentally and emotionally, before you go trying to fix someone else's problems? All right, welcome back to Getting Sober, again. My name is Jay, and today we're gonna talk about numbing the pain delays your healing. But first, if you haven't yet, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel by hitting the subscribe button down below, and make sure that you click the bell icon to turn on all notifications. And give this video a big thumbs up while you're down there, and at some point leave a comment for either me or one of the members of our amazingly positive and supportive community down below. All right, let's get started with today's topic. Numbing the pain delays your healing. Alcohol is a great distractor, isn't it? Aside from being called liquid courage and a social lubricant, alcohol lowers our inhibitions. It gives us something to do with our hands, turns some introverts into extroverts, and in the absence of moderation and self-control makes some people terribly unaware of how horribly they're dancing at weddings.
Open bar, dude.
What else do we use alcohol, a depressant, for? From October to December of 2020, more than 20 million antidepressants were prescribed. That's a 6% increase compared to the same 3 months in 2019. And that's according to the statistics reported by the NHS Business Services Authority. Overall, the statistics show that 23% more patients received an antidepressant item in the third quarter of 2020 compared to the same quarter just 5 years previously. Ask your doctor if direct-to-consumer marketing of pharmaceuticals is right for you. For those of you who are or were at some point single, when you think about it, isn't it funny that the way that we propose getting somebody to hang out with us on a date is by offering to take them out for drinks? It's like, hey, I know we don't really know each other, but can you poison yourself enough to tolerate me for a few hours? And I'll do the same. I'm really hoping that you won't notice all the ways that I'm lacking as a person. And I hope to use this potion to fool you into loving me. So what do you say? Drinks? And maybe the added bonus of getting pregnant while we don't even know how to navigate the world yet on our own. Think about this. All of your relationships that you've had up to this point, you've had the nerve to ask somebody to love you while you weren't loving yourself. We want validation. We want to use other people to get that validation. We want people to lower their vibrations to make us feel more comfortable. After all, self-sabotage is contagious. But what if we took the time to heal ourselves, to allow our inner child to feel safe, to want to come out and play? What if we stopped in the moments of our weakness, while wounded mentally and emotionally, to gain the strength we need to stop toxic behaviors and stop generational traumas? Maybe it's you who's poisoning yourself so that you can stand to tolerate the people around you. Maybe you're the one lowering your vibration so that you don't have to experience loneliness. Loneliness is a negative way to classify an opportunity to look within and do the work that it takes to let your higher self and let you shine your light, so that not only will you attract the friends, the job, the partner that you've been looking for, but also you can start to be selective about the company that you keep. Or maybe you'll just keep distracting yourself with people that also want to be distracted, saying words and making noises with no clear objective or sense of direction. And it's at this moment that I feel compelled to remind you that we see you. You can't hide. Though in your attempt to hide by over-consuming alcohol, you either not yet realize or purposely forget that over-consuming alcohol says more about you than you realize. It says that you may be mismanaging stress, that you have unresolved issues that need addressing, that you might not like who you are or who you're becoming, that you're not quite sure even who you are, that you don't want people to know the real you, that maybe you're not to be trusted because you can't exactly trust yourself, that you may be lacking balance in one or a few following ways: mentally, physically, spiritually, and or emotionally. Overconsuming alcohol may also say that you're not really challenging yourself, and as a result that you're just bored. Overconsuming alcohol also exposes that you lack better tools to manage your internal and external environment, and that you're committing to putting off the opportunity to learn yet another day. Remember, numbing emotional pain delays your healing. And this important decision that you keep putting off, your sobriety, is also potentially delaying the healing of those around you. Using alcohol and withdrawing from today leads directly to sabotaging tomorrow. Is it possible that you've been inviting distraction into your life? After all, not many people want to work any harder than they have to. But the people that you know that have the success that you're looking for, aside from maybe being born into a wealth of knowledge, enlightenment, and finances, you're rarely going to find that those successful people live by a motto: let's give less effort. The quality of your questions determines the quality of your results. So, what are you distracting yourself from? I'm willing to bet you're either directly or indirectly distracting yourself from growth, aren't you? You say things like, I want change and I need change, but then still do the same thing. Albert Einstein said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Are you using alcohol to distract yourself from personal growth, from mental growth, from physical growth, emotional and spiritual growth? Are you self-sabotaging because somebody, maybe including yourself, made you believe that you weren't capable of being anything better than you are? If I said to you right now that your best self is around the corner, how long of a timeline would it have to be before you gave up on that journey? 30 days? 60 days? 6 months? 6 days? How much work would be too overwhelming to make you give up and make you look for a distraction, ... again? A problem is that people don't know how to handle their boredom. New research reveals that average adults experience 131 days of boredom a year. Without properly planning, without developing personal substance, without filling your schedule with activity replacements, without picking up new hobbies and interests, or just dusting off the ones that you previously neglected or forgot about, the average adult has 131 calendar opportunities to either grow or self-sabotage. People don't want to start taking their lives seriously because they feel like it's an insurmountable task. Likened to a Monday morning back at the office after just getting back from a long vacation. Oh, I did all the play, now I have to do all the work. What do you really think that you're hiding from other than your best self? I'll ask again because I know a few of you maybe aren't paying attention, or maybe didn't think that I very specifically put words in order. What do you really think that you're hiding from other than your best self? Do you think you're hiding from your work responsibilities, your personal responsibilities, your relationship responsibilities? Let me guess. Every time you get into a fight with a coworker or your significant other, you think and you say, I'm gonna take a wild guess here. You say, I need a drink. How many of us stop and sit with the emotions that we're experiencing? How many of us pull out that miracle device from our pockets and use a basic app like a timer to see how long does it take for my heart to stop racing? Or ask questions like, because I can't control other people, what could I have said or done to potentially change the result of what became a negative interaction? What can be changed so that if this happens again, that the results will be different? How will I act different so that the results will be different? Different. What did Einstein say again? Oh yeah, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I have to do something different. I probably have to do a bunch of things different. I'm probably going to be different. The easiest thing that you think that you could do to cope is drink. But literally the easiest thing that you can do is to be still, to observe, to breathe. You know how easy it is to breathe? It's autonomic. You don't even have to remember to do it. It just happens automatically. Self-sabotage is basic. You actually have to do something in order to self-sabotage. You actually have to walk over to the refrigerator and grab a drink. Or you have to grab your car keys and drive to your local bar or to the liquor store and put that shit smile on your face to the cashier or the bartender just to tolerate them long enough until they give you your medicine. And that's how some of us have been handling stress, and it's basic. Do you really want to be so predictable that not only do people expect you to get in a confrontation and or disappear, but then to have people close to you know that you're probably coping with your emotions in a piss poor way? After allowing yourself to lose your cool, can someone very easily assume that you're going to make better decisions or that you're probably going to make worse ones? If a person close to you had to guess what decision you're about to choose, would they guess that you're sitting in silence and carefully considering all options, mindfully, peacefully, looking for a well thought out solution to meet the needs of all parties involved? Or would they correctly assume that you're about to act irrationally because Psychology 101 says that hurt people hurt people? Would it be correct to assume that past you who chose toxicity is going to show back up, or that current you who maybe doesn't have all the tools but has a few better ones is here instead? It wants to work on this thing, this issue, these feelings, by not masking the pain, by not numbing the pain, by allowing those around you the time and the space to explore your differences instead of fearing that you have them. Think about the people who have to be around you. Even if they had the opportunity to come to a more peaceful and diplomatic solution, would they even want to deal with you? Or would they also want to shut down and result to toxic behavior? Numb the pain, delay the healing. Isn't it time to do the real work that it takes to figure out who you really are? To figure out what makes you genuinely smile? And figure out what you need to be for you? Would you consider healing from being mortally wounded, both mentally and emotionally, before you go trying to fix someone else's problems? Before you try to trick someone else into loving this person who doesn't even love themselves? To rid yourself of the toxicity, the toxic behaviors, the toxic friendships, the toxic relationships, the toxic food, the toxic drink, the toxic decisions that are constantly being sold to you in a very toxic way. Via TV, movies, commercials, billboards, the sides of buses, and social media. Buy this now and feel better. Never. Because the real work is done within. And the real product is you. The endless rat race and keeping up with the Joneses has us all forgetting that comparison is the thief of joy. Are you drinking to fit in? Are you drinking out of peer pressure? Are you drinking out of boredom? Do you drink because your dad did and his dad before that did? Then another question to ask might be, what other toxic behaviors did they normalize and never give you an instruction manual to? It's up to us now to figure it out. We have to ask the questions. We have to make better decisions, and we will not numb the pain, and we will expedite our own healing. People are waiting for your strength. This is a call to action, to choose better, to be better, to live better. If you made it this far into the video, you're probably thinking to yourself, holy expletive, I'm gonna need to watch this video again and again, and you're right. So please, take the opportunity to watch it again and again to absorb everything that was just said. And I'm guessing that you're enjoying this content. So pretty please, consider subscribing to my channel, and would you live your best moment and give this video a thumbs up? And if you really like this content, please consider officially supporting this channel by subscribing to the Getting Sober Again Patreon for just $10 a month and get yourself some free merch by doing so. And all of the helpful research articles that I post daily, as well as getting direct support with me and all of the updates when we're going live for our live streams. And with that, I want to wish you good luck on your journey, and I will see you in the next video.